Well,
Here we are.
here for another video. For all you hoodies out there, the subscribers, thanks for being here. I'm Drake.
And Bone?
We are 2 hoodies and 3 cats. There are 3 of them. So Bone and I have been kind of going back and forth with a bunch of different music lately, and we are. I wouldn't say we. Bone sits on opposite sides of some musical preferences of mine, and I'm trying to find a Dio song that Bone might actually be like, hey, I like that. So there's a Black Sabbath album called Dehumanizer that came out in the mid 90s or so, early, mid, late, I don't know, in the 90s. And they had done a reunion. They brought Dio back in. It's Dio, Vinny Appice, Geezer, and Tony Iommi. And the name of the album is Dehumanizer. There were some really interesting songs on there. It was a turn away from Dio's normal writing style. So no mention of a rainbow in any song. No mention of a dragon.
Oh, really?
No mention of L. None of that. And any of the songs.
No mysticism?
No. There's magic. I'm sure the word magic appears in, well, maybe not this track. The other one I was thinking
So I
about.
wonder if Ronnie wrote the lyrics or Geezer wrote the lyrics. Is this right before his death? What year did he die?
A Dio?
Yeah.
This is like a decade before Dio
Okay.
died. So Dio, I'm pretty sure Dio wrote the lyrics. So if you've never seen, if you guys are watching this and you don't know the Dehumanizer album, it was a 3rd Dio album when he came back for a little while, but there was a bunch of albums that came out after it with like Tony Martin and Ian Gillan, I think, and maybe another vocalist in between. And he only came for the one album, and then he dipped again because he had his solo career. So, but I really like the album. I saw him in concert for this album, and this song, Letters from Earth, is by far my most preferred song on the album. There are other songs on there that I like. One's called Computer God. It's a lot about how the whole album is really kind of talking about how with the way computers and technology had gone, it really kind of, the human side and human interaction has.
Oh, you mean kind of like where we're at now?
Yeah, I think you're going to find some interesting aspects of the lyrics of this song.
All right, do we put the captions on? Think they'll be accurate?
I don't know. We can.
Let's
we're
step
gonna-
up the...
We'll do the quality up to 1080p. Captions are not available. So,
All right, we're just going to have to put our listening caps on.
yep, here we go. I'm quite familiar with the lyrics to this. If you want, we can pull them up.
No, it's fine.
All right.
I think I'll be able to.
All right, guys. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you're part of the over 2,000 people that already have, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
I just want to add that I have Luke's Wall in my head right now, so this better be a great song. Like Luke's Wall just popped in my head.
Really?
Jesus.
I'm going to tell you right now that some of the guitar play in this is some.
It better. I mean,
It's
I want
Tony.
it to be. I shouldn't say it better be. I said I want it to be because I don't get anything out of. If I
Yeah.
don't like something, I get nothing out of it.
Yeah. But I know this is something that I know you've never heard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Tony and the gang.
And we're gonna do another one after this, which is someone I know you've never heard.
Let's do it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right. Stop it. It already has like a vintage sound to it. It's like the way he's playing seems vintage to me, even though it doesn't sound.
Oh, this
like the
song
classic.
is like old school Sabbath. To
All
the
right.
re-
Let
to
her
the
rip.
roots.
Let her rip.
Just with what I mean, not like I don't know how to describe it. You're gonna hear
The
it.
style that he's playing in has the classic style.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't have the classic sound. I mean,
Yeah.
it's similar, but the recording techniques also play into it as well as the instruments he's using.
All right, let's do it.
Well,
So they could have used. They should have used this song for what's that show on Netflix with the children? Because he said caught in the in between.
Yeah.
Or that's the
Oh, the
upside down.
Stranger Things.
It's the upside down. Yeah. Sorry.
So, without getting into the conversation about it, about 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago, I had started looking at things a different way. Probably you did it about 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
Lyrically, this song is going to really kind of...
Hit that button.
Yes. Because of...
And I think so there's not a code here. It's that I think what you're saying is that you see things a certain way.
Right.
And you realize they're not working.
Right.
And then you search for a particular way to try to navigate all these things, and then it sort of finds you.
And this person is lost here,
right,
calling out. That's why I said this. I think this will actually be a little different for you. All right. Sorry, guys.
Hold on a second. Pause that. All right.
What do you think of that? That's a classic Dio.
But it's a classic Ozzy too, though.
Yes.
Because like you have Ozzy says, "All right now." It's like,
oh, he says it a lot. All right now.
Oh yeah, it's like it's his thing. I even kind of lifted that because it's like it's a great filler. You know what I mean?
Yes. So lyrically,
I like it so far.
Are you following what I meant with the lyrics?
Yeah, I am. I so far this is.
I figure this could easily be one of the best, one of your most.
This is the best one I've heard so far.
Of a Dio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he's kind of restrained himself a little bit. It feels like.
Totally.
He's not. It's like, and it's not that. It's my perception because I don't know the man. I don't know his heart. I don't know his. But for my personality, some of his vocal style seems a little self-indulgent.
Oh, a little over.
Yeah, but that's just me. That's not. That's a reflection on me, not him.
I get that.
Because I wouldn't be comfortable. I don't know. I can't sing like him necessarily.
Yeah, and if you guys watching out there, if you have an opinion about Dio, opinion about Ozzy and the Black Sabbath and the whole kind of like differences between the two,
dichotomy.
It's kind of like David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar and Van Halen for me. I liked Van Halen with David Lee Roth, and I liked Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. To me, they were completely different bands.
Yes, I would agree.
I didn't try to compare Sammy to David because they're completely different. And with Ozzy and Dio was different while still filling a void.
Yes.
And I liked the stuff that he did, but I equally like what Ozzy did.
Right.
But I don't see it like when. For me, Black Sabbath is Ozzy and Tony in that group.
Right, and Tony wanted to change the name after Ozzy left, but the record company wouldn't let him do it.
I think if Dio had lived and things were different, they would have not been Black Sabbath anymore. It would just been this new
Heaven and
version.
Hell or whatever
Heaven
it was.
and Hell, yeah. Anyway, we're getting back into this. I might actually find there's one other track that's a Dio solo song that is in. It's a very biblical song that I think you would dig. You would like to. What if I send you pain and letters from earth? Oh, all right. You gotta love the guitar work. Come on, it's another game, but you gotta play on, 'cause they say it's just pretend. Ask them why. They say you'll never, never That riff is tight.
This is the 90s?
It's from the 90s.
Wow. What's the positive? Was this before Alice in Chains? Because this sounds like the 2000s to me, or the it sounds like it's like I'm wondering, did Tony fucking start a new thing again?
1992.
92.
1992.
Wow.
This is June of 92.
Okay, so when was Alice in Chains? Their first album, that was what, 87, 88?
Facelift?
Yeah. Okay, so maybe that
89, 89.
So maybe he was influenced
90.
by some of the stuff that was going on. If this would have been like 82, that would have been like, damn, he's way ahead of the game again.
So 90 was Facelift. The 2 years ago.
All right. I'm sorry. Maybe I overreacted a little bit.
Yeah, but
that is cool.
The guitar part. Tony's guitar solo here, you're gonna like. It's just, it's awesome.
Little Randy influence there? Look, hold on, pause that. This is giving me serious Zakk Wylde and Randy Rhoads vibes.
Yeah, but this is all
I know, but
Dio and Tony Iommi.
Right, but consider that
they were trying to
No
answer
Rest for the Wicked came out
around this time.
earlier. It was
Was it 91? 90? It was probably around the No Rest for the Wicked.
1990, 91.
Would be 89, 90 around there. And then No More Tears would have been around this time.
So I believe Bark at the Moon was 86, and 88 was
Ultimate Sin.
Ultimate Sin. So 90,
then No Rest
91.
for the Wicked. Yeah. So it'd be right before this was No Rest for the Wicked. And then right after this was No More Tears.
I think it was 89, 90. Anyway.
Still.
But that's great, though, because he's kind of stepping outside of himself. But that's a more modern sound, so he modernized it a little bit.
Is that crazy or what?
Yeah, but there's like some flourishes, like couple flourishes that sound like Randy to me. Now, I'm not saying he's ripping anybody off.
No. It's Tony. I mean, how is Tony ripping anybody off? Tony's like one of the original heavy metal
come
guys.
on. Look, you know how much. He's influenced me more than anybody else. Now. That's a pretty cool song. I like it. Because sounds like Ozzy a little bit. That's why I like it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a pretty cool song.
I told you it was a little different from what you've heard by Dio.
Oh, yeah. That was not annoying to me in any way.
You were like, wow. So I found one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah,
Only
I
one.
can see myself listening to that.
Only one.
Well, I haven't heard everything.
So,
there was just probably only Dio's first album I heard, which is what, Last in Line. Was that the first solo album?
That's the second album. You heard Holy Diver.
Yeah.
With Rainbow in the Dark, Don't Talk to Strangers, Stand Up and Shout.
Yeah, and maybe it's, I don't know. Sometimes it's the people that I knew associated with certain music that turned me off.
Oh, I will agree with that 110% because there were people that liked bands that you liked that I could not stand because of the people that listened to the band.
And that's like, which band are you talking about in particular?
Kiss.
Oh yeah. Kiss fans can be really really goofy.
And then
yeah,
so,
like a lot of my friends could not believe I liked Kiss, and there was 3 people that I knew that liked them.
Well, like without giving too much away, there's some other kind of in genre metal bands that we don't agree on.
Maybe we could explore that later.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had this friend named RJ. I had a huge Kiss collection, like, I don't know, 30, 40 albums. I had, posters that could cover every wall in this room.
Well, me too.
Photo albums with everything. And he came over to my house one time and he goes, he's like, someday you're not going to like Kiss, man. You're not going to like them at all. And I thought that was the stupidest thing I ever heard. And then, within a year, I had gotten rid of all my Kiss stuff.
That's crazy.
It was, well, what did it was Jane's Addiction and the alternative stuff came in, and I started to look at the lyrics and reading Perry's lyrics, like 1% whore, stuff like that.
It's crazy.
I started to realize that Kiss, their lyrics, it's like, come on, it's fun.
I worked the other.
There's no redeeming quality.
I was at work last Sunday, and when I get in there and I'm opening the bar and I've got my phone out and I'm playing something just because there's no music in that part of the restaurant. For whatever reason, when they did our remodel, the front area of the lobby and the bar area, the music that plays through the restaurant plays not there. Everywhere but there. So
it's probably more relaxing, digestive type music for in the dinner area.
It's like whatever their mood music.
Yeah,
kind
music.
Of whatever. And then in the kitchen, whatever radio station the manager that's on duty decides to play, or whatever the guys.
Right.
So I'm playing some music, and this busser's standing up there just doing some stuff, and we're talking. She's younger, and it amazes me how musically people are in and out of touch. And some bands are timeless.
Yeah.
Some artists, it doesn't matter. They could be dead and gone, and everybody knows who they are. But others just get lost. So this person, there was a Jane's Addiction song playing on my phone. I think it was Ocean Size.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah, this is Jane's Addiction. She's like, never heard of him. I'm like, that's fair. I'm like, you've heard of David Navarro. Like, he's been the tattoo thing and all this other stuff. She's like, I have no idea who that is. I'm like, you don't know who David Navarro is? I'm like, he's one of those guys that he is enough in the media that most people know who he is.
Yeah, people could.
So I'm like, well,
that Cat Von Doom chick or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, the Chili Peppers are, right? She's like, never heard of them. I'm like, how in the hell have you never heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers? I'm like,
how old is this person?
She's like probably 18 or 19.
Yeah, if they don't know, they don't know.
And I'm sitting there thinking, I understand Jane's Addiction because they were kind of in a niche. And yeah, they had a Grammy deal and all this stuff, and they were really popular for a while. But they were something in the scene that if you weren't really involved and ever experienced them face to face, the scene hearing like Been Caught Stealing or Jane Says or a couple of the really popular songs on the radio,
that was just to scratch the surface.
You would be like, okay, they're cool. But until you actually got to see them live and really got into that whole scene, you wouldn't know. So I'm like, I get that. But the Chili Peppers, I was like,
they're huge.
I'm like, you're talking about a band that I was just, it floored me. But I also started realizing that now music is so easily on demand. Like, people aren't going to the store buying CDs. You can go to the store and buy CDs. You can go to the store and buy LPs. Most people are downloading on Spotify or iTunes. Or they're getting their music wherever they're getting it, or they get it directly from this independent artist. And unless they have a friend or someone that puts something in front of them, you never see it, never hear it.
Potentially, yeah.
Because a lot of radio stations used to all these. A lot of the radio stations that are popular where we live right now, it's like one plays like 80s rock, it's like a snapshot from high school, and it's like wow. And they play it at work all the time. Or it's just the same stuff they've been playing on the radio for the last 40 or 50 years. And then,
are they still playing Boston and stuff?
oh yeah, same crap all the time. And I'm not saying Boston's
No,
crap.
no. Look,
I like
when
Boston.
you've heard, it's like, come on.
But it's like I'm in there and I'm hearing songs that I listened to in high school that I thought were cool, and I'm like, I still like these songs, but I don't want to hear them every day at work. And I did. I still do. Anyway, we're off the topic of Black Sabbath and Dio. So
Great
I found
job,
one.
Dio.
I got one other song that we may or may not do tonight, but that's the song "Last in Line."
Okay. Is that a solo song?
Yeah, it's off his second album called "Last in Line," and it has some interesting biblical ramifications to it.
All right. Well, I want to check out this other.
So
song
we're
that I
gonna
discovered.
get out of here, and we're
There's
gonna
another Black Sabbath one.
Yeah, we got another Black Sabbath track coming. So we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Great. Like I said, great job, Dio.
You write this down. Whatever date this gets posted, you guys see this, write it down.
Yeah. Don't show Jonathan.